Hey guys, when do we want to call alt season officially here? All right, we're gonna start hearing this a lot, aren't we? Speaking of hearing things, my voice is still kind of choppy. I know it sounds like I smoked a cigarette for the first time, and instead of one, it was a carton. Getting better. Bear with me, guys. Sorry if it's a little harder to understand today. I'll try to enunciate a little bit better. But when do we actually want to call alt season really here? Right? Ethereum is greatly outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still going up. We're starting to see some decent surges, meaning 30 to 50% holds after retraces of certain coins, like Aerodrome Finance, for example. And we're going to be seeing these, I think, a lot more in the next 2 weeks on the Ethereum-based coins specifically. Keep an eye on those layer 2, guys. There's a crap ton of them. I'm expecting they're all going to be doing very well. But we're just waiting for more catalysts, right? And I think we're now at that wave 2 going into wave 3 part where we're going to just have a lot of surges going up. There's still going to be a lot of downs, guys. Just because you see a crypto go down 40% in a day does not mean it's not alt season or not in a bull run. That's just the other part of it that we all pretend doesn't exist. But we got some good stuff going, and it's, are you prepared? Are you ready for alt season now? What I mean by this, do you have a fucking plan, right? I know I've talked about this a lot on this channel of, do you know where you're going to sell? Do you have a goal of how much money you're going to make? Because if not, it makes it a lot harder to control your emotions because you don't have a stage set plan. So, but get ready for volatility. Right? Ethereum is now outperforming, and that's going to lead the way. I'm going to go ahead and say, in my opinion, right now until the end of the year, Ethereum matters more than Bitcoin for all bets. I won't care as much if Bitcoin goes up or down. It still matters. Definitely still matters. But Ethereum matters more. On Monday, Ethereum had a $1 billion inflow day. $1 billion fucking dollars, guys. The next day, yesterday, Tuesday, he had $500 million. And to give any idea of, and to give some idea of what that means, just about, 2 months ago maybe, we were excited when Ethereum hit $1.5 million because it was a positive day and not a negative outflow day. Bitcoin, don't hold me exactly these numbers, but I think the last 2 days got under $65 million, right? Ethereum 10 and 20x those inflows. This is freaking exciting. We know that there's going to be a very good chance of a rate cut in September, depending on what day. They're projecting anywhere between 85% and 93% of a rate cut. And then there's rumors, I'm not sure I buy this part yet, but there's rumors that it's going to be a 50 basis point instead of a 25. If it goes any higher than that, that's a panic cut. We don't really want that, but we don't need rate cuts to really trigger altcoin season. We had high rates during the Trump pump when everything flew up. We've had high rates when Bitcoin hit its first all-time high. We don't need it, but dear God, it's going to help. We have World Liberty Financial, Trump's company essentially, is now going to get listed on the NASDAQ, and they are buying altcoins, not just Ethereum, though I'm sure they're still probably buying Ethereum, but going to slow down soon. But stocking up on others in the top 50. Like they've mentioned, we'll take this as rumor, of Cardano, XRP, possibly hbar, XLM, Algo. Keep an eye on those Americanized crypto, guys, because that's probably where more of it's going to end up going. Chainlink's a possibility, in my opinion. Right? All this means we're having more and more ramping up. We're not in the peak of alt season, but I'm willing to start hearing people out saying that we're in it. We're going to have people just say no, no, no until there's certain parameters have set, like Bitcoin down to like 55 to 45% of the dominance, which I can see that. But do realize we don't actually need that. This cycle could be different, right? We can have altcoins surge as Bitcoin surges too, especially if we get to a total market cap of 10 trillion plus. We can still have most of our altcoins go up 200 to 500% if Bitcoin keeps going up and we never really lose that large of a dominance. So where I'd reckon what I would do, spiritual advice, not financial advice, know what your goal is and have your sell limits hit for those goals. And don't just go by emotion of, well, this can keep going higher, all these good things, what's going to happen, this can go higher. Be cautious of that. Have a little bit left over, right? If there's anything else you want to start adding or de-saying into your bags, we're probably running out of time. Not saying you can't still make money in the next, after a month from now. Not at all what I'm saying. But if you're having spot bags, you're hodlers, right? We're getting down the point where we're going to have less and less opportunities to have, that 10x plus chances. We'll still have plenty of options for 2 to 4x, probably even in October and beyond. And that's okay. I'll take a 3 to 5x all day long. But you got to know your expectations. If you're opening a new bag in October because everyone's telling you this coin's going to 100x, and you're like, oh, I'll get out 25x, timing. It might not do what you expect. So have plans and have those safeguards in mind. I had a tweet a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to hold to everything it says now, mostly because a couple of those coins have gone up 60%, like Ethereum. But I'm a big fan of diversification. I know there's maxis out there, certainly in specific coins, and it's not my thing. Good luck to everybody. That's just way too emotional for me, way too much of a ride keeping all those eggs in one basket. But the diversification, I think, matters, right? And I had a great lineup of everything, in my opinion, of, again, this was a couple weeks ago. If I can find it, I'll post it. But I had 8 crypto, and there was 4 different categories. I truly believe they were all in terms of potential and realistic multiples, right? I had quant and hbar in the 3 to 5x category. Aerodrome and Render in the 5 to 10x. Cody and ASM in the 10 to 20x. And then Illuvium and Foxy as my Hail Marys 20x plus. And I'm not looking for anyone to agree with me on those. Or like, oh, there's no way this, or it's going to go a lot higher than that. They're my beliefs and my setups and my price targets based off of how I think they can go. And there are so many ways to make money in this space, but at this point in the market, the hodling and phasing out method I've discussed before, pulling out a percentage on the way up, having almost everything out by the time it hits my price prediction, just in case I'm wrong, I don't round trip that shit. This is my method, and it's looking pretty good for me. It's worked for me very well in the past. With that being said, there are so many ways you guys can make money. So there's not just like a single strategy, right? And it's okay to change your strategies. I sure as hell will. I plan to, right? Once I sell about 70-ish% of my bags, my strategy is going to change, because most of what I have left is going to be my moon bag, see how things go. But then I'm going to get a lot more into leverage trading. I'll be going balls deep into it with profits, keeping a certain amount aside, hit my goal. Other things I'll put in there, and I'll short the shit out of things as I see it. There'll still be volatility going on, likely until about February. And I'll long and short things. The whole plan will change. I might get into some fucking meme coins. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. But that's kind of it on the ramble for today, guys. My throat's tapping out right now anyway. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have a built-in strategy for alt season? Do you define us or think that we're officially there? Because I'm ready to say that we're in alt season. I know a lot of people, based on metrics, are going to say no, and I'm okay with that. What the hell do I care? But I'll be looking to start making some of my sell limits pretty soon. I mean, my first round of limits are already set. And I'm looking at, I think in the next month, they're going to start hitting. This is going to be great. So let me know, what are you guys excited for? What is your strategy? What crypto do you think is going to hit your goal first? Do you guys have a freaking goal? Right. Let me know what your thoughts are about the market. I'll hopefully talk to you guys again soon. Peace.